Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Tara with Simply Made Eats, and today I have a real treat for you. We are making these bacon and cheese turnovers. You guys, these are so good. We've got brie cheese, bacon, onions, all stuffed into a perfect little turnover with puff pastry. We're using store-bought. We're also going to be using some red pepper jelly inside, so you get just a little bit of like sweet and spicy heat. These are so yummy, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is cook our bacon and our onions. So I've got about a half a cup of sweet yellow onions just diced up, and then I like to go ahead and chop my bacon into pieces. This just makes it cook really evenly. You can also use scissors to chop it up, but you want to try and do like similar size. And this is just gonna get really nice and crispy in the pan. Once you're done chopping, just make sure that they're not all stuck together. This is really true if like you pull the bacon out and it's like in strips, like all stuck together, and then you slice it. Next, you're gonna add the bacon into a skillet over medium-low heat. You can use a wooden spoon to just separate the bacon so it cooks nice and even. And then after about 5 minutes, we're gonna toss in the onion, and also a tablespoon of brown sugar. You can leave this out if you don't want the extra sweetness, but it's really delicious and it makes the bacon extra yummy. Then this is gonna cook for about another 8 to 10 minutes. I like my bacon pretty crispy. If you don't, you can definitely leave it in a little less long. And then you're just gonna transfer this onto a paper towel lined plate to get some of the grease off. Okay, now that we got a big pile of our bacon and onions, we're just gonna let it sit for a second and just get some of that grease out. And then you can just go ahead and transfer it right into a bowl. It's okay if it's a little bit greasy still. I just wanted to get a little bit of it off. And make sure you get those onions in there too. Sometimes I like to stick on the paper towel a little bit. Perfect. Now the next thing we're gonna do is preheat our oven to 425 degrees. Now we're just gonna make a really simple egg wash with just egg and water. So we have 1 egg, and then we're just gonna add in 1 tablespoon of water. You can also use milk here if you prefer that. And then we're just gonna give this a good whisk. And you wanna make sure this is blended up really well. This is gonna get painted onto the outside of our turnover so they get nice and golden and crispy. All right, next we are to our turnovers. And this puff pastry is pretty cool because it has the parchment paper line right on it. And you can definitely, this is just like from the fresh section. I think it was like near the eggs. But you can use frozen too. I just couldn't get my hands on any of it yesterday. I went to 2 different stores and they were completely out of the frozen. So, but this one is honestly probably a little bit better anyways. All right, so we're just gonna roll it out. And this recipe is gonna make 6 turnovers. And if you have a little bit extra on the end, you can just kind of rip it off. Okay, so next I'm just gonna take a pizza cutter and just cut it into about pretty equal sizes. We want 6 of them. So I'm gonna do that, and then across. I might kind of mess that one up, but it's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. Next, you're just gonna take a spoonful of pepper jelly and you're just gonna spread it in the middle of the turnover. And then you wanna add a nice spoonful of the bacon and onion mixture. Just make sure you have enough for all 6. And then you wanna add a nice slab of brie cheese. Take your egg wash and just brush around the edges. This is just gonna help it stick when it's baking. And then you're just gonna fold it over. These are pretty easy to work with, so you don't need to worry too much about like the inside poking through. They stay together really nice. They're nice and thick. Just use your fingers to just press it together. And I like to fold the corners over. They were just like really triangular to me, and I thought they looked better like this. And then I take a fork and just go around the edges and then brush the outsides with the egg wash. You're gonna be amazed with how good these look when they're finished. They're so pretty and puffy and golden brown. Now we're gonna pop these in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, these things just look so dreamy to me. I cannot wait. We've got to cut one open because, I mean, if not, what are we even doing here? This one seeped a little bit. It's the only one that seeped, which I'm totally pleased with. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at that. That brie is just like oozing out. Like, you might have to eat this with a fork and a knife, or you can just be really like a little slab and just eat it like that. But check that out. Bacon, cheese, pepper jelly. I like have to take a bite of this. It's so hot. Here comes Touchy Boy. This is amazing. I really like the brie with the pepper jelly too. So good. You guys are gonna love these. Say hi, Hutch. Blend in with the floor. Okay, so after a few minutes, these are gonna be all ready to serve. Your guests are gonna absolutely love these. They are so yummy. Let me know in the comments if you decide to make these bacon and cheese turnovers, and make sure to subscribe so we can keep cooking together. I post new recipe videos every single week, and I would love to share them with you. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Ow, hot.